family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and it is time for the monthly walk around. It is the month of September, and it is time to look at what's been going on out here on the homestead and see some of the changes that are taking place. All right, let's go ahead and take our monthly walk. So you can see that I have dug out the apple picker here, and these are some milkweed seed pods that I want to break open a little bit and spread in a couple of different areas. Monarchs have to have milkweed, so I always try to provide them a patch. No big changes in the potting shed. We did take a trip to the beach, so we put the coolers in here, but other than that, it's about the same. Hey ladies, how are you all doing, huh? Yeah, staying over here in the shade? Yeah, it's not too bad today though. I know. I'll go in and get you some scratch in a little bit. Yeah, you guys hear me, so you want scratch, don't you? Alright, hang on, I'll go get some. Alright, so I got them some scratch out. I'm going to throw it out here for them. There you go. There's the rest of you, huh? Are y'all going to go out and join your friends? Yeah, there goes one. All right, they have their afternoon treat of scratch. We have some goldenrod growing up over there. I really like goldenrod. I think it's really pretty. It's a nice fall addition. Go out here and take a look at the garden. You can see that the better boys are indeed coming on strong now. You get several a day. Okay, so we're at the north end of the vegetable garden looking south. First two boxes of better boys. And then these two boxes are Romas, but they are finished. So one of these days I'll be out here pulling up all of them, getting it back down to bare dirt, and putting down black plastic. We still have some cherry tomatoes coming on. They've been really good. That is one plant. So we have some peppers still left. There's a nice green one. Pardon the weeds. green one back in there. These are our red ones over here. Looks like we have some red ones down in there. Yep, there's a nice red one. Pretty red one. I thought I saw another red one back in here. This one's turning. This one's turning. Whoops, that one came off. That one was turning too. See, they kind of start out green and then they turn red. That one I could have left on a little bit longer and it would have turned all red, but it came right off in my hand. So I'll have to come back out and get those. 3 red peppers. And these are over here are supposed to be yellow. That one looks like it's turning red though. That one's all different colors. It's a rainbow of colors too. All right. So yes, we are getting some peppers. Yeah, so I'll come back and get those. And then down here at the end, this box was cucumbers. And I did a video where I showed you I weeded it, stripped it down to dirt, put black plastic on it. And then this one was done quite a while ago. So, this is what our garden is looking like. One of these days, that will be a garden down there with things growing up on the vine. I did try to grow some pickling cucumbers up here this year. Looks like I left one on there and got really big. This is what happens to your cucumbers if you leave them on there. Oh my goodness, that's worthless. That's chicken food. All right. Got my black plastic ready for the other boxes. Hey chickens, you all want a great big old cucumber? Huh? I'll break this up for you. There. There you go. All right. Alright, Paulo, let's take them down and visit the cottage garden. So I've been out picking apples this morning. Have some apples there ready to be processed. My cosmos friends never did put on a flower this year. And I don't know if they're going to. I can't figure that out. I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of flower bud up there. My zinnias did well though. We still have some really pretty ones. My grandson planted these. Ooh, this one's big. I am so happy with the butterfly bush. It really did well. I mean, look how big that thing got. And these blooms are just beautiful. That dark purple. Coneflowers are finished up. The coneflowers are finished up, and these here I will deadhead, which I'll be doing soon. And I'm going to be taking those heads and just squishing them into that ground, and giving them a little sprinkle of water, and hopefully have more next year. And I might even take some of those and put them on that side over there, on the other side. Sorry about my shadow. And as you can see, the daylilies have finished. No daylilies left. Here's where I'm going to spread some of those short coneflower seeds and see if I can get some growing in there. These zinnias are beautiful. I love zinnias, and these did so well this year. They are absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to think of what the name of these are. I think they're called giant reds or something like that. But I mean, just look how perfect that is. And then next to the purple, it's just really pretty next to that purple. There's a pretty one. These zinnias did nicely. The problem is they got so tall that they crowded out my bee balm down there and my coneflowers down here. So I probably will, I have a lot of seeds left over, and I will probably plant again next year, but I will be picking a different spot because they're way too tall for the front of the border here. Look how pretty those zinnias are. These cardinal flowers did well, but they are gone now. So I'll be scraping off these seeds, hoping to produce more. And I'm actually thinking about taking some of these seeds and putting them up at the other end to see if I can start some up there. Hollyhocks are finished for the year. They're putting out nice new green leaf down there. But as you can see, the flower stem is gone. I'm letting them seed up. And then I'm going to try to spread the seed down there in that area. So the sunflowers are done, but the birds have been in there clearing out all the seeds. That's why I don't put out bird seed in the summer, because I grow sunflowers instead. And as you can see, there's a few seeds left in there, but the goldfinches especially have just been in there clearing those seed heads out. All of my red tiger lilies are finished for the year, but man, they were a beauty while they lasted. Beautiful red tiger lilies in there. My boxwood have taken off. I did come through and weed out some of this along this fence line, and I put down cardboard and straw to help keep the weeds at bay. And next year I'm going to try to put something in there. Same up here. Will either become daylilies or irises. There are some irises there. So the apple tree is finished. I did not put out quite as many apples this year as they did last year. I think it's this off season. I thought it was the off season for these trees too, but they still put out quite a few. I did get John out here to clean up around them. Got rid of the poison ivy and those little branches coming off the base. We've already taken 3 great big buckets to work for a friend of his. But as you can see, we still have a ton more. And I plan to be processing apples this weekend. That is my goal for Sunday. Tomorrow I have some other chores I want to get done. But Sunday I hope to be processing some of these apples. Go back here and give you another shot of these 2 trees. This tree has already dropped most of its apples. There's a few still up in there. So I need to come out and pick up apples. We have a few good ones laying down there. I can't remember how much of this I've shown you guys. Sometimes whenever I come out, guys, I just have to work. I cannot tape everything I do. I try to show you as much as I can, but some days I just have to work. And I think this was one of those days. But I had gone over to my daughter, Karen's, and I got some more daylilies to put at the head of this ditch. So I've been planting daylilies, ditch lilies. These are actually those old-fashioned orange ditch lilies. And I brought it all the way around on this side of the ditch too. So hopefully next year these ditch lilies will go all the way around the head of this ditch. And then down here I dug up, I bet maybe 10 irises, 10 iris clumps, and divided them. And I ended up with probably over 60 irises down here. I know that there are 15 rows of 3 here, so that's 45 on this side. Now these are those old-fashioned purple irises that I brought from my grandma's house. I don't even know the name. But they're old-fashioned purple. They've been around for a long time. They are not rebloomers. They're not the reblooming kind. They just come once a year in the spring, mid-season spring. But they are beautiful, and I'm going to have a lot more. Now, I do not know that these will bloom next year, because after you divide and transplant, it takes about 2 years for them to build up enough energy to put out a flower. So probably not next year, maybe the following year, maybe 2022, I might get a flower. We'll see. But they seriously needed to be divided. I mean, I dug up like 10 clumps and have over 60 plants. So that was like 6 to 8 babies per clump. And these I put a foot apart. I spreaded them pretty well apart, about a foot apart. But I was running out of room and had irises left. So over here on this side, yes, I did put some more over here, even though I said I wasn't going to. Let me get out of your all's way here. Alright, so yes, I did end up putting a bed of irises back down here at the end of this ditch. I'm hoping they're still far enough up that when he does the snow will end up down there and not up here. But we'll see. I'll have to watch them. But I just ran out of room. I didn't have any other beds ready to go yet, and so I just made me a small bed there. And then here are the yuccas that I put in. And then here are irises that I did not dig up this year, or have not yet. Anyway, I didn't dig these this year because I have so many other irises up around the house that need to be dug up badly. I mean, they are seriously overcrowded up there. So I need to concentrate on those first. These I wanted to do on that side over there because they just weren't blooming anymore. And, you know, I wanted to see the blooms again. So they needed to be dug and separated. These did bloom this year. So that tells me they're still okay for at least a couple more years. Alright, and then of course more of the old-fashioned daylilies. Alright, so let's go on. This video is going to get long if I keep chit-chatting. Alright, so let's go over and look at the gate garden. So, this, I can't even think of the name now, Trumpet Vine. This Trumpet Vine ended up doing very well. Put out lots of flowers. The flowers are about done. But it did put out flowers, and I saw lots of hummingbirds over here. So, even though I was really scared when John chopped it down, it bounced right back, and even more so. Our farmer's been out. Farmer came out and took down his fields of corn. They did that like in 2 hours. I mean, they were really fast. He's got big machines and lots of help. I'm going to see if I can get John to take this bush all the way down to the ground this fall, so it will put out new growth next year. It's getting pretty scraggly. Everything's getting dried and wilty and getting ready to go into dormant stage. Look at all the purple berries that this service berry put out. Aren't those pretty? Birds will have a feast on them this winter. I don't know what to think about it. It did put out some sunflowers. The zinnias did grow, but so did a lot of the weeds. Gosh, I need to show you the head of this sunflower. See if I can get up in there. Look how massive that thing is. This is one of those mammoth sunflowers. And let me tell you, the goldfinches have been enjoying all of my sunflowers. These down here and the ones up by the house. But look how massive that head is. I will be planting these again. Sunflowers there. Here's another massive head. Look how big that is. That's really pretty. Yep, it was beautiful. Of course, they get so big and they get top heavy that they want to bend over. It's kind of a weedy mess this year, but I'm behind it now because I want to show you this other sunflower. There's another one of those mammoth. Yep. Look at those beautiful zinnias though. These zinnias. I almost hate to, but okay, so I almost hate to do this, but I really have to because I'm only out here so often and I want to get this done. But tomorrow I am planning on removing the boards, mowing all of that down, taking a tiller to it, raising the dirt level, and then mulching and putting black plastic down so that next year, hopefully, there won't be as many weeds. There'll be more flowers, less weeds. It just takes time to get a garden established with no weeds, and especially when you're not out here weeding the way you should be. But I'm going to try that. I'm going to mow it all down, till it all up, mulch it, put black plastic down. Hopefully in the spring I'll have a brand new bed. And I hate to take all those sunflowers and zinnias out now while they're still in their prime, but I just have to because it's one of those fall chores I have to get around to doing. So, and this is the weekend I have set aside for it. Alright, moving on. See, I've already got the lawnmower and the tiller out, ready to go to work. Show you the grape fence again. No grapes, but maybe one of these years, huh? Alright, so up here, of course, I have the peonies planted. Hopefully we'll get some peonies one of these years. They're starting to die back though. And over there in the corner are some more of those ditch lilies that I'm hoping will spring up next year, spread, and drown out the weeds. And for those of you who keep seeing this tombstone, I just wanted to let you know that no, there is no one actually buried there. This tombstone was in a very, very old cemetery, and when they were getting ready to restructure it, they wanted to go, I think, with flat stones so that it was easier to mow. So they called John up and asked if he wanted this tombstone because it's of the first Austin Hancock. The first Austin Hancock that bought this farm. That was his tombstone. So John said yes, so we brought it to the farm and he put it there, and that's where it's set, under the pecan tree. Alright, so we're back at the beginning. John had to get him a dryer, a new dryer. So the grandkids and I, we took the dryer box and we put in a door and some windows, and they colored on it, and they made a rocket ship, a clubhouse, a reading corner. They just used it for all kinds of things. It's amazing what you can do with a box. And I did not videotape that day because I just wanted to enjoy the moment. But here you can see the results of our fun. No. Oh, all right. Kisses. All right. There we go. Okay, friends. Well, that is the end of the walk around for September. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, please hit that subscribe button to Kim's Country Corner. If you have any family or friends that you think might enjoy my lifestyle, please share my videos. All right, I will talk talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Can you say bye? Can you say bye? I know. Yes. My good friend Pablo here. Yes, I know. All right. I'm trying to think, Paulo. So I got Paulo here in 2014, the same year my grandson was born. So Paulo has been a member of our family now for 6 years. Yes. And I am so happy to have him.